Okay, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well today. So, Noaya, Inoue, and Marlon Tapales are slated to get it on December 26th, supposedly in Japan. Hasn't been officially signed yet, but I wanted to make this video and highlight some dangers for Tapales. Not that he's in, extreme danger anyway, because he is. He's in, obviously, Inoue, one of the best fighters in the world right now, coming off a sensational performance against Stephen Fulton. Tapales coming off a good performance too against Akhmadaliev, where he won the belts, and this is an undisputed fight at 122 pounds. But let's jump straight into it, because Inoue has got a special ability, not only to do all the things he already does, but like when he fights southpaws, he just has an amazing way to get his feet in there and get his positioning on his shots at very difficult angles, almost impossible when you watch the video. So let's get into it.
Boxing.
Okay, so here is Inoue fighting Juan Carlos Payano in 2018, and Payano's obviously a southpaw, and so when you're fighting southpaws, for those of you who don't know, you're going to have an issue with trying to get your lead foot at a certain angle. You don't necessarily have to get it on the outside, but if you are landing jabs, it's okay to step into the inside of your opponent's foot. But typically, if you want to line that backhand up, typically you want to be on the outside just to get the angle and the leverage. But Inoue doesn't seem to really need to do that at all, and I'm going to show you a couple of examples right here. And this is a knockout for when he knocked out Payano. Look, they're doing the pouring, the jousting situation with the jabs. Okay, steps in. Now you can see clearly here his foot's on the inside. That's not that uncommon. Okay, Usyk was doing it against Dubois. Inoue does it plenty of times. Loads of southpaws can't do it with the jab. It's not a big deal. But what is a big deal is what's coming next. Is that he's actually trying to line up that backhand. Now, if you watch where the angle takes him to, okay, it's a great jab. I mean, look, his balance is great. Inouye's balance is some of the best. I made a video about him. If you want to watch that, I'll leave the link up here. It goes into all the balance and mobility and agility and stuff like that. It's a bit more of an artistic take on it, but nonetheless. So, as he follows through, okay, he's planted his foot and his backhand is lined up, ready to go, and he's still, you can see where his leg is locked in there, okay? There's going to be, why it makes it so awkward, one of the reasons why it makes it so awkward is it just, your leg is going to be on his bone, so there's going to be a little give and take with that. And it just feels a little awkward, okay? So there's all that to deal with. Now, look, if you watch here, Inoue actually ends up on his tiptoe. All right. Now this is just remarkable balance. If you look there, right there, he's on the tip of his toe, adjusting his balance whilst punching, about to knock out a fighter, for a world level. That was for a world title, so like he was the world champion. But my point is it's a decent level, and he's doing this, and he's on his tiptoes. And now what's even more remarkable is as his weight is being transferred from the back to the front, okay, and he's still on his tiptoes, he then is able to drop his foot and end up his back heel. So his angle is all weird like this. His balance is sensational. And then he's able to come across like that and knock Payano out. Remarkable when you slow down his foot position. Now, a 1-2 is not that commonly seen like that. As I mentioned, the jab is a bit more common, but when you come and follow it in, your opponent is going to be a bit further away from you if you haven't got the outside, okay, the outside foot position. But it doesn't seem to matter, like I said. And bang, he KOs Payano. That's all she wrote. He knocked him out before he was before he hit the deck. Just incredible. Marlon Tapales, look, he's got a pretty decent step back game, okay, and he's going to need that because Inouye's probably gonna. Some people say this is a bit of a mismatch. We will see. Tapales has been stopped before by a southpaw. He's also lost to far lesser fighters than Inoue. So I can't see this fight going past 5 rounds. Let me know your thoughts on what you think and how the fight's going to go in the comments. Hit the like button if you're enjoying it, and hit the subscribe button. Pardon the train. Let's get on to the next clip I've got, because it's a fight against Desmarais. I forget the guy's name. I'll pull it up right now. Okay, Desmarais. Okay, this was a few years ago, and he dominated this guy, another southpaw. But it doesn't even look like Inoue even really thinks about it. Not because he's not thinking about it, because he's so heavily reliant and belief in his balance and his ability. He, you know, a lot of times when you're fighting a southpaw, you do see fighters just really dial in on that foot position, but Inoue just believes in his shots and lets them go. Wherever his foot ends up, he's going to deal with the balance after. It's quite remarkable. That's what I think. And against Desmarais, he just repeatedly was like trying to land that left hook to the body, which is not an easy punch for a southpaw to land against a southpaw. It's a little bit more awkward, but you know, Inouye's technique and his ability to throw the shots off is sensational. It really is. And you can tell there's some serious rocks in those hands, because Desmarais was trying to cover his rib cage up and obviously maneuver away from it. But you know, just the display and punch technique is just second to none. He might have the best punch technique in boxing, to be honest with you. You know, obviously he's one of the most powerful punchers, but his technique is just absolutely outrageous. And against southpaws, again, it doesn't appear to be much of a thought. He just goes ahead, believes in his punches, and deals with whatever awkwardness presents itself. That's what I think. And if we take a look right now, for the end stoppage, he lands a dramatic left hook to the body a couple of times, and I'll show you. All right, check this little sequence out. Okay, here's the Inoue. He actually does land on the outside of Desmarais. For this shot here, okay, this sequence here, you can see jab is actually just kind of, they're both on the cusp, although it looks like it's slightly on the inside, ends up on the outside to get that angle for that back right hand. Okay, for the southpaw killer, typically you would want to be there. Doesn't quite miss, it gets blocked a little bit, but watch this. This is his agility and athleticism as well, which is just what makes this guy so damn good. Here misses the I think he lands a left hook, excuse me, hops back, okay, gives himself room, makes space for his next shot. Okay, he can feel Desmarais coming forward. He takes a hop back, lands an uppercut, right, or it gets a bit blocked, but as he shifts his leg again, he lands his feet, bang, body shot against the southpaw. Now his foot is on the outside, but that ability to set his feet, anticipate where his feet need to go, anticipate what shot needs to be made in the blink of an eye on the back foot. I'm speechless sometimes watching this dude, the way he punches. Same with Terence Crawford. Some of the things that they can do athletically, from a skill perspective, from an instinct perspective, from a timing perspective, you know, all these just at a ridiculously high level. This is why these two are some of probably the two best fighters in the world, 2 or 3. Amazing. And like any good fighter, you know, what do you do when you hurt a fighter somewhere? You go right back down there. And you know, here he is again. He's on the inside, just landed a lead or half blocked lead uppercut. Inoue, little hop back. That's the agility and athleticism and just awareness, ring IQ, whatever you want to call it as well. Just fighting instinct as well. Gave himself room to land these shots, and then boom, barely even like loaded up, and he's able to generate so much power. Again, he's on the inside of Desmarais, okay? His foot is on the inside, a lead left hook to the body, and he knew it was coming as well, and he still landed it, and he ended the fight. Quite remarkable stuff. I mean, this is I'll try and pull up some more clips as I'm talking about how he just is able to just freely target whatever shots he wants without the foot positioning being an issue at all. So Marlon Tapales, like I said, he's got a good step back game. He's gonna have to use it a lot. I don't know how he's going to keep Inoue off of him. I finally got his enunciation right, because I know there were people that were like pulling me up on that, rightly so. I was calling him Inoue or something like that. That was my British accent. But Inoue, I mean, look, he's going to have to keep him off him. Tapales is going to have to keep him off him. How's he going to do that? Don't know. You don't know. He's got a bit of pop, but not that much. And obviously, based on Inouye's last performance, you think this is going to be an absolutely brutal fight for Tapales, just because if you can't keep somebody off you and you're just backing up all the time, you're not going to win the fight. But it's just a matter of time before Inoue gets his shots off. And I expect the same sort of thing, to be honest. I wouldn't be shocked if a left hook to the body ended the fight, or a straight right hand. Inouye's arsenal and his ability to land shots wherever he wants at whatever power is just remarkable. So anyway, that was it for me. I just wanted to go over some danger zones for Tapales. It's a good fight. Some people think it's a mismatch. We'll see. But nonetheless, it's another undisputed fight. And actually, it's an interesting year, isn't it? Because we've had so many undisputed fights and undisputed titles, which is great. And it's been amazing. But there have been a few mismatches, which is also good, because we're witnessing greatness. Okay, this year is just, we're witnessing greatness. But we are also getting some mismatches and some one-sided beatdowns, which, you know, would you take greatness or would you take a good fight on the night? It's up to you. But hopefully we get a good fight. That's it from me. Let me know your thoughts. I've got loads more videos coming. I've got a Subriel Matthias Shojahan Ergashev film study, music kind of film study. You'll see coming out later today or tomorrow morning. I've got some more short videos. If you're interested in learning boxing from a beginner standpoint, check out the short videos. And then I've got a bunch more coming as well. I'm going to be very busy leading up to Christmas. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And peace and love. Have a great week. And what is it, Monday today? Sunday? Sunday. Have a good week. See you later.
Boxing.
On the edge.